Elisabetta Marmolo. I would say my painting is founded on tradition. It is its relation to the past that I hope makes it very much of the present. Goddess and Madonna and Child link directly with my own traditions. I was born in Italy and was brought up on tales of Greek and Latin mythology and surrounded by images of Christian art. I continue to draw on these traditions and interpret them in a modern way. Goddess, for example, depicts Juno as a strong, dynamic woman whom I render in an expressionistic manner. Madonna and Child subverts the canons of traditional iconography by depicting its subject as a black woman and child. The other two paintings speak to private rituals. I Play to My Own Tune captures music tradition as the path for a modern Indian woman to shed off the shackles of conservative roles. Tea Time portrays a ritual that many of us share, and now it creates a space for quiet introspection. You can find more of my work on my website at www.elisabettamarmolo.com.
We are energy. We are a fabric of woven threads of energy. We interact, we pace, we collide. We create, we harmonize. We are a mirror of each other. I learn about me with you. I am Ancris Garcia Cabezas from Guatemala, self-taught painter and Mayan spiritual guide. The pieces you see are part of a series of acrylic paintings on canvas that were born in the confinement since April 2020, from a deep introspection in a garden, silence and solitude. Can is my Nahual. It is the energy of the Mayan calendar that accompanies me, and it represents the feather serpent, the fertile, moving land, constantly changing. Also evokes to justice, freedom, and spiritual development. This series is the result of a practical observation of at least 15 years that today I present in a visual way. It shows the interaction and alliance that my Nahual has with the rest of the 19 energies of the moon's Mayan calendar, translating in color and shapes the deep inner movement that life awakens within me. Is a resource that I discovered when I was 16 years old, and I can't live without. To paint is a confirmation for me that art is the ultimate social transformation tool, as it connects people to the self.
Hi, my name is Celia Guevara. I was born and raised in Honduras, Central America. I am based in Houston, Texas. My identity, my essence, and my culture plays an important role in my artwork. I creatively manifest myself not only within my culture, but also spiritually with all the work that I do in every piece that I make. The human figure, especially women, plays an important role in my processes. My work, it could be described as a synergetic web of puzzle parts. It also shows intimacy of what a puzzle part is to the total body. A body that contemplates the notions of culture, identity, and history, and at the same time encompasses the notions of folklore, the notions of motherhood, that is at the same time could nurture the rituals of my community, the rituals of my essence as a Garifuna now.
My name is Eve Chase Lyman, and I'm speaking to you from the highlands of Guatemala, this exquisite place where I have the beauty and luxury of living. The first time I crossed the border between the United States and Mexico, I suddenly felt like I had discovered a part of my own soul that I didn't even know existed. And I spent many years traveling throughout Latin America, studying the language and the culture and the history. And when I came to Guatemala for the first time, I knew that I had found the essence of whatever it was that I loved so much about Latin America. Well, my art has always been largely figurative, but here in Guatemala, I am inspired by the vivid colors of the local indigenous community, by the women weavers with whom I live, by the beauty of La Madre Tierra and the connection to the earth. And that has become incorporated into these paintings that are in this show.
My name is Manny Quiroga. I live in the small community of Alachua, Florida. I was born and raised in and around Havana, Cuba. There, as a small child, I received my Catholic upbringing. When I was 12, my family immigrated to the United States after my father was wrongly accused and imprisoned by the Castro dictatorship. I have lived most of my life in Florida, retiring after several years working with students on the autism spectrum. All the fulfilling work, a need arose for an escape from my daily reality. Art became a means of expression for me at the time. One day, on the way home from work, I spotted a discarded cello stand. Along with other found objects, this became the confessional, a satirical view of the belief that the more you suffer on earth, the faster you will go to heaven. I have always wished my art to be an aberration to what is generally accepted. I cannot imagine a world without art.
I am Charles Lovell, a photographic artist who reveals views of New Orleans back streets for the public and art viewers so they will be inspired with my vision of New Orleans cultural traditions. My current work in digital photography explores the history of New Orleans African American cultural traditions, including second line parades, jazz funerals, and social aid and pleasure clubs. While wandering the many New Orleans neighborhoods and attending second line parades on a regular basis, I have created a new series of photographs based on the pulse of the city and the largely unseen.
My name is Maria Isabel Bonilla and I'm a mixed media artist from Cali, Colombia. My work is mainly influenced by an intense sense of nostalgia for my home country, especially the cultural scene of Cali, my hometown, famous for its salsa music. I consider my artwork tropical surrealism with a hint of salsa music and favor a flashy psychedelic aesthetic that is deeply connected to said musical folklore. My art comes to life by using unconventional materials such as sequins, glitter, animal remains, and gemstones. Through my work, I aim to educate the public about Colombia and eliminate harmful stereotypes along the way. Now more than ever, art has become a powerful haven for humans to cope with the uncertainties of contemporary life. In times of crisis, we turn to art.
I'm Nora Hernandez, born and raised in Honduras, Central America, and I am a proud USA citizen. What inspired me to paint? People like you. Every person that comes to my life through my professional work as a life coach. Each person that come to me come with a specific need, and they come with different kind of emotions that represent colors to me. Some emotions are very high and some emotions are very low. And then when I paint a piece of art, I paint those emotions. And I capture those emotions through palette, brushes, a good quality of canvas, and a good quality of paint. The abstract and contemporary pieces also represents those emotions that sometimes are not so clear. But then when people see them, they begin capturing different objects, animals, places, or their own emotions. When I work in a heritage piece or a collection, then I travel to my country and I connect with my roots. Those roots that are very important for me. In each piece of artwork that I work, I believe will bring to you comfort, vision, and the need to believe in yourselves.
I'm Danny Fornato, and I am an artist working out of Kansas City, Missouri. Primarily, I work with painting. I love starting with an acrylic base and then mushing up some ooey gooey oils in there. And I primarily focus on my heritage as a half Peruvian female. Now, this is something that I've grown up knowing, but never really understood. There are so many different aspects of my heritage that have been whitewashed into assimilation culture of the United States. And as an adult, I thought that I should reach back in, dig a little deeper, and find out what's going on in the homeland. Now, I am also half white, which made it very easy to assimilate into the culture as a white passing person as well. But I think that's all the more reason to continue my search in these traditions that I now hold so dear. There are things that were kind of pushed to the side growing up, and I'm really thankful that my research has enlightened those in me and makes me want to continue pushing for more traditions of my Inca past. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Jane Otitis Benzing, living in Rochester, upstate Western New York. I make paper sculptures by twisting and folding paper through many wet and dry processes, watercolor and ink. I started a family tradition of making art as a little kid when my father drew a picture of an elephant for me. I then went on amazed that he could draw and paint by myself. As an adult person, I started teaching my children and my grandchildren how to paint and draw. And here is floating in the bay, a nice work of twisted folded paper. Here is night wind whistling, also folded paper sculpture. Thank you for listening and have a good day. Bye.
Voglio vedere se le strade sono cambiate. Voglio sentir dalle case Carlos Gardel.
Hello, I'm Linda Worthwine, a painter, and I love to dance with a brush, capturing rhythm, color, and light. I live in Beaufort, North Carolina coast, but I return almost annually to my heart home in the Caribbean. I lived on the island of Nevis teaching sign language as a missionary resource teacher. The traditional West Indian masquerade caught my eye, and I featured some of those paintings here. Strips of bright red streamers flow in the wind with abrupt starts and stops, twists and turns, accompanied by the African drum, Irish fife, using African movements with European ballroom steps. For the Nevisians, the dance is just fun, and a proud heritage passed down through the men. Few know the connections between the Gungun ceremony of the Yoruba in Nigeria. One Nevisian said to me, "The masquerade is our only heritage." Truly Creole, it is performed at Christmas, remembering the time when the slaves head off, and at Carnival, celebrating emancipation dates of each island. The costume originated in St. Kitts, Nevis, spread to Jamaica, Bahamas, and the eastern seaboard of the U.S. At East Carolina University, I researched African art, painted dancers from many islands, published some articles on the heritage. It's been a life study and a joy to paint. Hope you enjoy.
Dentro me lo sai, ci sono racconti che amerei.
Hi everyone, it's great to be part of the International Art Show. My name is Magister Riam and I'm from Paraguay. I want to share with you a little about Guarani and what we do. Guarani is a social brand that arises from the idea of revaluing our national crafts. We make fashion accessories under the slow fashion philosophy, merging tradition and innovation through modern designs made with Paraguayan artisan techniques. We promote and preserve the art and knowledge that has passed down through several generations, providing decent income and employment to artisans. Our products are made by artisanal Paraguayan hands and local raw materials. We seek to make these products known and appreciated not only in our homeland, but also beyond our borders. Thank you.
everyone. My name is Luz Fry. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, and have made my home in Raleigh, North Carolina. Painting has been a central part of my life since early childhood. My art training began with oil landscapes, and later I started my own explorations into a variety of media and styles, depending on the subject. I still work in oils, but also in acrylics, watercolors, and alcohol inks. My choice of style and medium depends on the message I want to communicate and on how I would like for the viewer to experience a particular subject or concept. I enjoy painting landscapes and plein air, but I also love to work on abstracts and enjoy the challenge of changing styles and mediums frequently. Color is a central concentration of my work. I believe that color has a life of its own. Color speaks, has energy, is emotionally powerful, and is able to carry messages that words alone may not be able to convey. Creating art stretches my brain, gives me new insights, and enables me to look at the world in different ways. Colombia is a country of unending colors, sounds, and shapes. Having grown up amongst this variety of sensory stimulus, I can see that richness and sense of motion replicated in my work. When I put my art out into the world, I hope first of all that it elicits a powerful emotion and brings joy, harmony, and beauty into the place where it is shown. It is also very important to me that with each painting that I send out into the world, I may also be sending a blessing to the people who might purchase it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Roxa Smith, and you're in my studio in Brooklyn, New York. I'd like to talk to you about my work, whether they're paintings and collages, which is what I mostly focus on. My work is inspired by contemporary life, whether it's my immediate surroundings or extrapolations of images that I see online or in other sources. But both my collages and my paintings are assemblages of sorts. In my paintings, the assemblage is more of a abstract one. By that I mean I will be inspired by an image and I will use that as my jumping off point to begin my painting, but then I will take out elements that don't work. I will put in other elements from other sources until I find that the piece really gels. With the collages, they are more graphic for me, and I will choose a specific element. For example, I've been working with a lot of chairs, but I will soon be working with the subject matter of bicycles, and I like to work with the shadows and the objects themselves and play with the negative and positive shapes that these create. And so the assemblage becomes more physical in the sense that I will take out pattern paper and I will work physically putting the collage together. But in both my collages and my paintings, I find that they're joyful expressions of my life experience where color, pattern, and detail reign, and planes oscillate. There's flatness, there's depth, they're off kilter, and they're somewhat idiosyncratic. It's by orchestrating these visual elements that lyrical languages is created, and I find that my paintings find their tune and their song. So if you like what you see, please visit my my website at roxasmith.com and leave me any comments or questions. Thank you.